Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna guide you how to interface your laptop with Raspberry Pi without using HDMI cable or any other cable. So before that, you need to ensure that all these component or devices which I have mentioned in this window have to be with you. Okay, so number one is memory card, minimum 8 GB ROM. So it is used like a, or it is work like a hard disk for the Raspberry Pi. Number two is Raspberry Pi 3B or 3A plus. There are different types of version available in market. I recommend that you have to use higher version, which is 4B. Instead, in my case, I'm using Raspberry Pi 3B version. So you can use either 3B or 3B plus or 4B, any other. In my case, I'm using 3B. Number three is card reader. It is used to read the memory card. Mobile. Number four is mobile hotspot or Wi-Fi. This is the main part in which we are going to interface laptop with Raspberry Pi. Through this network, we are going to interface. Okay, so make sure that you have mobile hotspot. If not, then we can use Wi-Fi. So number five is laptop or PC. Definitely we are using laptop or PC. If you have laptop, then no need of PC. If you have PC, then no need of laptop. So moving ahead, please do not skip this video. I am going to guide step by step how to interface the Raspberry Pi with laptop. So be with this video. So there are the few things or few application you have to install and download. Okay, so first thing is download and install. It means that you have to download as well as install in your laptop, not in Raspberry Pi. You have to download and install in your laptop. So what are the things you need to download and install is PuTTY, Win32 disk imager, SD card formatter, BNC Viewer, advanced IP scanner. Okay, so these are the application you need to install and download in your laptop. So links are here. I'm going to leave in the description site. Just click on that link or copy that link and paste in the browser. Okay, step by step I'll guide you. The next thing is only download, no need to install. It means that these two application or and file or OS have to be just download in your laptop. No need to install in your laptop. So follow the video till end. So I have already told you to download and install application part or the software part. Which are the things you need to download and install? Go to the previous video. Go to the previous section of that video. If you forget that thing, that I'm going to guide you step by step. What are the things you are going to face or you are going to get? See, the first thing is you need to download PuTTY. The links are going to live in my description. I have already told you. So according to your bit, just select according to your bit means according to your laptop bit. If your laptop is 64-bit, then select 64-bit, yeah, into 86. If your laptop is 32-bit into 68, then you can use this one. Okay, no need to choose this one, this middle one. Just select either this or this. Okay, according to your bit rate of your laptop. So after downloading this, click on this. Your PuTTY will automatically start downloading. After the second thing is Win32 disk imager. These links are already mentioned in my description, so click on that and paste in browser. So after that, click on this download. It will start automatically downloading. After that, SD card formatter. So SD card formatter is this part. This page will open after clicking on that link from the description. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, so and accept it, hit accept, and it will automatically start downloading. After that, you need to install one more thing, that is WinRAR. Okay, WinRAR, WINRAR. So WinRAR, it is a zip file. The SD card formatter is in zip format, so you need to download WinRAR. So WinRAR 64, there is lots of version. You can use either this one or this one. Okay, so I recommend this 64-bit. Just click on according to your bit of your computer. So download this WinRAR and install in your laptop. After that, SD card formatting, you can just install this SD card formatter in your laptop. After that, real VNC viewer, I have already given the link in the description. Just click on this and that will open this page, and click on download VNC viewer. It will start automatically downloading. After that, advanced IP scanner. So links are already provided in the description. Just click on free download and it will start downloading. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 WinRAR. Okay, WinRAR is different part, no need to worry. I'm going to leave this website link in the description also. So 1 2 3 4 5 things are you need to download as well as install, which I've already mentioned in the previous section of my video. So the last thing is which you need to download only is WPS applicant file. Click on this, open that, copy that link from the description and paste in the browser. It will directly move to this page. Just click on this first link. Okay, just click on that and it will start automatically downloading. After that, last thing is OS. I recommend this second part. Okay, Raspberry Pi OS with desktop. So click on download. It is minimum 1 GB, 1180 MB. It is minimum, approx 1 GB. So download. It will take around 10 to 15 minutes. It's depend upon your internet speed. So be with this video, don't skip any part of this video. I'm going to demonstrate how to interface the laptop with Raspberry Pi in next part. Okay, so be with this video. After downloading WinRAR, you have to install this is a WinRAR. Okay, you have to install this, and then after installing this, you have to download SD card formatter. Okay, the purpose of WinRAR is to unzip the zip file. Okay, so SD card is in the zip folder, zip format, so that's why WinRAR you have to install in your laptop. After that, installing the WinRAR successfully, you have to extract this SD card formatter. Right click on from mouse, extract here. Okay, extract here. Okay, then you can see SD card formatter is here. Similarly, double click and install. Okay, similarly you have to do to another part, that is this one, OS. After downloading the OS, you will get this type of interface which is in zip folder. So that's why right click, extract here. After I've already extracted, so that's why it will appear like this. Okay, so after extracting you will see like this, and then you can upload to the Win32 disk imager. So the purpose of the WinRAR is to unzip the folder of or any application or software. Okay, first, after that, downloading all that application and installing all that application, you need to follow this instruction. Okay, just be careful. Put your memory card into your card reader and insert your laptop. So in my case, I've already inserted and already downloaded that OS in my memory card. For the guidance purpose, I'm using again. Okay, see, after giving that hint, you can see this page. Okay, sorry, you can see like this page. Go to this PC, this page. You can see here in my case there is a name called bootf because I've already done this part, so that's why it's showing name called bootf. In your case it is different, so the size of the memory card is 32 GB, but I've already installed, so that's why it is showing like this. In your case it will be something like 16 GB, 32 GB free. Okay, so after that you need to open SD card. Just note that your card name bootf, the card name is bootf. So go to that again, open your that SD card formatter. So SD card format which you have installed. Yes, see, you have to format this thing. Select your card name. In my case I have bootf, so select and format. Click on format. After clicking format, it will take only 2 seconds to complete, 2 3 up to 10 seconds to complete format. And after that you just go to that section that Win32Dix imager, Win32Dix imager, okay, which we have installed previously. So Win32Dix imager, let me check. Win32, here it is. So you will see this page like this. See, in this section you have to upload that OS which we have downloaded. Before that and after downloading that OS, at that time you see like this page, okay, like this page, like this pop-up. See, you will see like this, which is in zip folder. You just need to click on right, extract here. After, because it is in zip folder, you have to first download. If you don't have WinRAR, then you go to the website and type WinRAR download. You have to download and install that. After that you can extract this file, okay. Click on right, extract here. After extracting you can see like this, see, okay. For that purpose, for the after extracting, you need to go to that Win32 again, select your card name, bootf in my case. So browse it. After that, where is the location of that OS? Go to that section, download. See this, double tap and click on right. Don't click on any section of that icon. Click on the right. After, it will take around 8 to 10 minutes to complete right. After that it will start. You can proceed for the next step. So cut it. In my case I've already done, so that's why I'm not doing. So the next step is, see, write your card with OS using 32. We have already done that. Edit with supplicant file with proper Wi-Fi. So you need to make sure that Wi-Fi and hotspot name should be correct format, okay. So I'm going to show you WPA supplicant file which we have downloaded. Open that WPA supplicant file. See, okay, see, WPA supplicant file, it is, this page is like this. In country you have to just edit with IN, which is IN India. So in this is the main part, SSID, in which you have to write or change your hotspot name or Wi-Fi name, okay. You have just delete this thing. If your hotspot name is Ashish, then Wi-Fi name is Ashish, then click Ashish, okay. So if your name is different, then you have to change with different name, okay. So make sure that it should be in correct format, capital letter, small letter, all should be in same. After that, PST means password. You need to change your password. If your password is Wi-Fi password, if your password is SSIS like this and like this, then you have to do like as your hotspot name. Don't give any space if you don't have space in your Wi-Fi password as well as in SID. So this is for the configuration part of the WPS applicant file to setting up Wi-Fi configuration. If you're using Wi-Fi, then you have to give your Wi-Fi name and password. If you are using hotspot model, then you have to give your hotspot and hotspot password. But make sure that it is very important that both the devices should be connected in with same network. If your laptop is connected with hotspot, then same network will have to be connected with the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so how is that happen, how is have to be done, that is I have shown you like this. Okay, so the next part is just save it. After editing this one, save it, go to the back, you have this one which we have, just check it 1 second. See, we have already done this. Okay, then copy this folder, copy, go to that boot folder, this PC, the name of that folder, that the name of that your card is now, it is named like a boot. Go to that boot and Control B, paste it over here, that okay, WPS applicant file. Then after that, go to the blank site, this page site, same boot, go to the blank site, right click, new text document. See, .txt is over here. If you didn't get that .txt, that file extension, that you have to go to that view section, that file, click on file name extension. Okay, click on file extension and you will get that .txt. If you don't click on this, the .txt will be disappear. So you have to make sure that click on this. After, okay, you will get that txt, rename it to Control plus A, select all this text, SSH, hit enter. Okay, see, .txt shouldn't be there. Okay, it should be all removed by using file extension. Okay, just delete that all name and click only SSH. Okay, after that, take out your memory card. See, then what are the next step? The next step is copy the supplicant file to the boot folder which we have downloaded. We have already done, and connect your laptop with your Wi-Fi hotspot, which I have told you to connect with the same network. Take out your memory card from card reader and insert to Raspberry Pi. So after that, you need to take out your Raspberry Pi, card reader from laptop and disconnect your memory card from the card reader, and after that, take out your memory card from the card reader and insert to Raspberry Pi. There is a memory card slot at the back side of the Raspberry Pi. Insert in that slot. It means that there is a slot for the memory card, back side or back side of the Raspberry Pi. You can see there's a memory slot. Okay, not a USB slot. It is a memory card slot, back side of the Raspberry Pi. Just insert that slot. Just insert that memory card into that slot. Okay, after that, powered on your Raspberry Pi, open your hotspot or Wi-Fi. Make sure that your hotspot or Wi-Fi is connected to your laptop. And last thing is powered on your Pi using power adapter. It is similar. After that, you need to search advanced IP scanner or open advanced IP scanner which you have downloaded previous time. So it will scan all the IP addresses which is connected to your router or Wi-Fi or hotspot, and it is connected with our laptop also. So first you have to check whether the device, how many devices connected in your Wi-Fi or hotspot. Okay, it should be 2 devices including your laptop and Raspberry Pi. Okay, if not, then you have to reconfigure that WPS applicant file and again paste in the same boot folder using card reader. Okay, so after that you need to scan. It is scan. The number should be same 192.168. Same like as it is here. Okay, so the name should be by default is Raspberry Pi Foundation. It will mention at here, and IP will be here. In my case, still I haven't get. The black mark indicate it is offline. The blue mark indicate it is on. It should. So Raspberry Pi Foundation still I haven't get. So I know my Raspberry Pi IP address. I will type separately. And that if you are not get that IP address, then you can go to your mobile hotspot and check how many devices connected. If there is two, that's fine. Then click on Raspberry Pi, then you will get that IP address over there. Okay, and I'll show you in different. So how to get your IP address and how to know how many devices connected by in your phone or mobile hotspot, you can easily know by this step. See, in my phone there are two devices. That is, one is Raspberry Pi. See, I'll show you. Connected devices is my laptop. Number two is Raspberry Pi. Okay, these two devices has to be connect for interfacing purpose. Okay, if Raspberry Pi is not connected, then you have to reconfigure all WPS applicant file from okay, from the top. And after that, if you are not able to get that IP address from advanced IP scanner, then you can get from here. Okay, in my case I'm using Samsung phone, so to get IP address of Raspberry Pi, click on Raspberry Pi, you can get IP address over here. Okay, this is for how to get the IP address in your mobile phone. The next step, after first you need to copy that IP address if you found here Raspberry Pi Foundation. If Raspberry Pi Foundation is here, then you have to just right click, copy IP. Okay, the IP is, it is like same like here. Okay, so my IP is different. So after that, open putty and type your IP address. Okay, that Raspberry Pi IP address. In my case, my Raspberry Pi IP address is different, 192.168.43.64 is my Raspberry Pi IP address. So hit open, accept, login as Pi, hit enter. Password is by default is Raspberry, RASPBERRY, Raspberry Pi. Don't worry, it will not show the password which you have written from the keyboard. It will automatically detect your keyword. So after typing Raspberry, hit enter. Okay, wait for done. Okay, then you have to do sudo sudo RASPRSP hyphen CONFIG config. Hit enter. Oh, success. FIG sudo raspi hyphen config. After that, go to that interfacing option. Sorry, yeah. Okay. Okay. After that, BNC. Yes, tap on. Use tab key or arrow key and hit yes. Okay. Okay, hit enter. After that, go to the advanced option resolution, hit enter and select this mode. Okay, 16:9. Then tap use tab key. Okay, hit enter, then finish. Tab key. Don't use mouse. Okay, you have to use arrow key and tab key and enter. Okay, don't use it, will the mouse will not work. Okay, and don't use your mouse at the time when you are in command. I told you before this also. So to select any of the option in command, you need to use arrow key and tab key. Okay, and enter. That's it. So after that it will automatically ask for rebooting. Okay, in my case I have already done all those parts, so that's why it is not showing. So it will directly move to me into this window. So in your case it will ask for to reboot. You have to tap yes. Okay, so I'm after that just close this putty. Okay, so in my case I have to reboot. Wait, click on sudo reboot. Okay, reboot. Then it is automatically close it and open BNC viewer. Type your same IP address of your Raspberry Pi, okay, which you have get from your mobile hotspot or advanced IP scanner. Okay, the IP address of Raspberry Pi, and type here and hit enter. Username is Pi. Okay, password is RASPBERRY. Raspberry. See, I'll show you. See, it should be same Raspberry. Okay, remember password. Okay, then finish. In your case it will show different types of windows or pop-up which you have to follow, like you have to select country and language, keyboard style. According to your wish you can choose all that part options. Okay, so after that at last you need to update window will appear. You have to update. It will take around it will depend upon your internet speed. So according to your speed, internet speed, you need to follow all that update and make sure that all the update part will be finished by yourself. Okay, in my case I've already updated, so that's why it is not showing at here. So in your case you have to update that thing. Okay, uh, if your internet speed is high, then it will take around 10 to 15 minutes. If not, then it will take around 1 hour and an hour also. Okay, so depending upon your internet speed, and after that it will all will finish. Then select this one. This is a terminal site. Okay, it is apt or it is a command prompt also, which we can write. It is similar like a command prompt, say, not another part. It is a command similar like a command prompt of Raspberry Pi. Okay, so you can type any command, like you have to follow what other command you have to just search in website, just follow that task. We are now going to do all of the things, all of the command over here only. Okay, so this is the interface and this is the interface of Raspberry Pi of desktop version. Okay, so we can control, manipulate without using wire or HDMI cable. So this much for the video. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, then please click on like, and if you want to share, then please share. Okay.